Good evening. It's about time that I did another series of videos on restoring accordions, which is one of my passions. I've been doing a bit more work on guitars recently, just for a little change. But now it's time to get back onto the accordions, which I really love working on. Now this accordion is my next project, and I think this is going to be one of my most challenging yet, really, because it's well, I'll show you. It's old. So here we have, it's a Pietro, and it's probably 1940s, I think. It's 24 bass. It looks like it's got 34 keys on the treble, and I haven't looked inside it yet, but it's a two. I've done a little play on it. There's two voice in the treble. Yeah. So the current state of this is quite challenging. So what I'll do, I'll just turn it round, and then I'll just show some things from the front side. So just give me a second. So here we are. So one of the most challenging things is the Grille. So this Grille, it's in quite a shocking state. So as you can see, the kind of celluloid is peeling off, and some of the underneath bits of it's kind of wood, I think it's wood actually, it's just broken. Now I was thinking about this bit. I think, well, it's probably too far broken to fix, so I was thinking of making a new one, but I'll show you my plan for that in just a second. Now the keys are a little bit uneven, and one of the notes plays all the time on the treble side, so I need to have a look at that. The bellows look remarkably tidy. The bellows corners have got some rust on. The bellows straps are not the bellows straps, the shoulder straps are tatty, but there we are. That's a bit of a look at it. So yeah, let me just show you how it plays. Okay, so here it is. Now if you can hear, one of the lower, that one there, the low G, is playing all the time. I'll just try to ignore that if I possibly can, just to see what the rest of it sounds like. So apart from the low G playing all the time, it's got a nice two voice tremolo, which I think is going to be lovely to play. So have a listen to the bass side if I can. Obviously got that low G playing all the time. I'll sort that out in a sec. Okay, so yeah, this is a little bit of a challenge, this one. So what I'm going to do is first we'll have a look at that low G, just to see what on earth is going on with that, because there's no point fixing the whole accordion and then realising that low G is completely knackered or something. There's also a button on the bass side which is stuck, so I'm going to look at that as well. So what I'm going to do in this little first video is just do a few little investigation bits to see if I can just sort out some of the big things that are kind of making a lot of noise or not working properly, and then once I've kind of tackled those, then I'll start to kind of strip down and refurbish. Right, so let's start with this this low G, which is really annoying. Right, so just turn that around a little bit. First thing I do is take off the Grille, because this low G is playing all the time because one of the pallets, the G pallet, is constantly open. So just get a little screwdriver, just take off these tiny little screws. They're really tiny. I need something smaller. Let's try this one. And that's even smaller than that. And it's got to be smaller screwdrivers down. Try this one. Let's take these screws off, just put them somewhere safe for the minute. And these two. Let's have a look at what's going on with this G. Right, not going to get anything. Right, so let's take. Hey! Oh my gosh. Let's just move some of this out of the way a minute. Right, so I'll just pick this up so you can see. So as I'm looking down, the G pallet is here, and that's the G there. So that has to go back. Under there. So that needs fixing properly. But that, at least I know that that's a simple fix. It's just that the pallet's come off and that was causing that G to play all the time. There's quite a lot of dust in here as well, so that's going to be, need to clean all that out. Right, the other thing is we had a stuck key on the bass side. So which one was it? That one. So I need to find out why that one there is stuck. So give me a second while I just work out how I'm going to do this. Okay, so for this stuck key, there's just one there that's all just is stuck in. I'm going to have to take the base panel off and just have a look inside the mechanism to see what's causing that one to be stuck. So what I'm going to do now is just tackle that one as well, so that at least I know what's causing that. So it's not something, so it's not something big. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just take off these pins on the base side. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave those on. I'm going to take off the base panel, which is this bit here. So to do that, I'm going to unscrew these 4 feet, which are kind of holding it on, and also just take off the one side of the base strap, and then I'll have a look inside. So I'll just do that off camera because I've done it before. I'll just take those 2 screws off on base strap, take off the 4 feet, and take that base panel off. So let me just do that in a second. Okay, so I've taken off the couple of screws holding the base strap on, and I've removed the 4 feet that were just holding the base panel on. So hopefully I should be able to get this base panel off. There we are. So just take that off, put that to one side, and then, oh my goodness, so this piece of wood has just fallen out. So yeah, that just comes from there, so that will just have to be cleaned up and glued back into place. So yeah, this is one challenge, this one, but it's okay, it's all right. Now the stuck button, which is that one, if I look, oh god, if I look inside, that stuck button is simply the arm, the metal arm attached to that button has bent a bit, so the button's not going straight up and down through the hole. So the easy way to fix that is to get a pair of needle nose pliers, And what I'm going to do is just going to manoeuvre that button, the metal spike, until that button is going straight up and down. It's nearly there. What I might do this off camera just because I can't see while filming it and pressing it, so I might just have to do this slightly off so I can actually see what I'm doing, and I'll show you when it's working properly, so give me a sec. Okay, so that was the button there. It's now working, and all I was doing is just straightening up the button in the hole so that it wasn't catching. And that's absolutely fine now, so that's all good. So what I'll do now, I'm happy that that's actually a functioning base mechanism. I know that's going to be fine. I know that I can finish off the restoration. There's nothing massive there. So obviously I've just got to glue this bit of wood back on at some point as well. So that's good. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a look inside and have a look at the reeds, and then once I've done that, that will give me a really good idea of what I'm working with. So I know I've got to sort the pallets out on the treble side, so I'm going to probably take all them off and replace the felts and get them all properly done. And I know that the base side's working, so that's good. So I'm going to put this panel back in just for now, and then I'm going to take the pins out on the bass and treble sides and just show you what the reeds look like inside. Actually, just a slight change of plan, just because I fixed that treble side, or stopped it from playing the G the whole time, so I just put that pallet back in place, and I've fixed that bass button that was stuck. So now, as long as I don't play that G, because it's not fixed on properly, I'll get a better idea of what this sounds like. Now, that sounds lovely, and this hasn't been restored yet. It hasn't had any work apart from just a few things, just checking out the bass and treble sides, but this sounds lovely. It's a really sweet, warm tone, which is characteristic of these older accordions, and I really like this, and so I'm really going to enjoy getting stuck in and getting this as good as I possibly can get it. But because it plays so well before the restoration, it's given me lots of hope that it will be great, just because I can hear it sounds nice already. So what I'll do, last little thing before we finish this first video then, is I'll just take the treble and bass sides off, and I'll show you what the reeds look like, and then I'll get right into the recording videos of the whole process of getting this lovely old Pietro 1940s 24 bass back to its former glory. Okay, let me just take the treble and bass sides off. Okay, all the pins have been taken out, and I made sure that I've got these little blocks. I've put the pins in the same place that they came out of the accordion, because they can vary very slightly, and so it just makes much more sense if they've already gone in one particular part of the one hole, put it back in the same one. So that's why I've made this little block of wood to help me do that. So this is quite exciting really, because I can now take off the treble and bass sides. Now I have no idea how well fixed these will be. Sometimes, oh, this one doesn't feel too bad. Sometimes it can be really a bit stuck. This one's okay. let's have a look at the treble side first. So have a look inside in here. The first thing that's really nice, it's difficult to see, but the reeds are in good shape. So as I'm looking at them, they're not rusty. That's great. That's really good. It's difficult to see perhaps, but they aren't rusty. So they're in good shape. Let's have a look at the bass reeds. Before I do that, I'm just going to mark the bellows. So I know which way around they go. On. Get the bellows off. And here we have the bass reeds. And again, although the valves are curled up, the reeds themselves are remarkably in very nice shape. In fact, there's no broken reeds I can see on the outside. There's no rust, so it just needs all the reeds out, cleaning, revalving, rewaxing and tuning, which is a standard thing that I would have done lots of times. So it's a standard kind of job. So that's good. So the bass side and the treble side are in good shape, and I kind of expected that really because of the way it played. It did play really quite nicely for an unrestored accordion, so that's grand. So that's given me lots of hope for this restoration going forward, and we're going to really enjoy this. Now, a couple of things then. One is that there's lots of bits where the celluloid is peeled off, so that's in quite poor shape. Now the easiest way of fixing this in my opinion is I'm going to buy some celluloid. You can buy it in flat kind of strips, and then I'm going to just cut neatly away a section and then glue in a new section of green kind of marble celluloid colour. Now I do know that the colour isn't going to match exactly because this has had 80 years of fading, and the one like the green celluloid I buy will be obviously brand new, so that it will be a slightly different green, but as long as I do it neatly it will just look like a nice repair, and it will look so much better. So I'm going to buy a fairly big sheet of green celluloid, so that I can just go round, as you can see on here, and here it's missing, so I can just go around and really tackle the bodywork, if you like. If you look on the back here, there's bits of celluloid missing all the way along, so I might just cut very neatly and just stick a patch on all the way along and just make it really tidy. And it doesn't matter that there's different colour, it just looks like a sympathetic repair, which just shows part of the history of the accordion, part of the patina, you know. So I don't think it'd be a problem. I think it'd look quite nice. So I'm going to order some green celluloid, and that will be fantastic. And the other stroke of luck is with the Grille. This Grille is pretty nasty. It's kind of had it, and I was thinking I don't really think I can repair this, because I think underneath the celluloid it feels like cardboard, which is really weird, but it's probably because of the age. That's what they used, or some stiff card. I don't really think I can fix this. So my original thought was to buy some wood, and thin wood, and have some designs laser cut into it and then just form it into the same shape, which I would have been happy to do, but it'd been quite expensive. But I found this, because I keep bits of accordion. If I've got an accordion that I can't fix, I just keep parts because I know they're useful. And I found this from an old Hohner, I think. This Grille, and this Grille's in really nice condition, just needs a new grill cloth. But the cool thing is, it fits perfectly, or pretty much perfectly, on here. So just with a few holes made in different places just to make sure it fits on. But that is just a stroke of luck, really. So that's going to be great. So yeah, so that's the first video. It's kind of like just an exploratory video just to see where this accordion is at, and just to make sure there's nothing major which would stall the whole refurbishment. But luckily there's nothing major. It's just needs a bit of TLC. So I'll stop this video now, and then next video I'll get cracking on some of the jobs and just work through the whole thing until it's ready. I might even start on the bodywork in the next video, just because it's something I haven't done for a while, and so I might order some celluloid and then just show you how I address getting the bodywork really, really nice. Okay, thanks for watching.